Hey you guys, I've got an absolutely insane game of chess to share with you that I just played. Um, I'm going to need a stiff drink after this one, I tell you. So anyway, and it uses or tries to use one of the weird openings. But look, it's 10 minutes rapid. Okay, so I'm playing with the black pieces. My opponent starts e4, and I play d6. So I'm going for a kind of black lion setup, but he comes straight out with f4, and I really don't do well with the black lion when f4 is played. So I decide to change tack. I go for this kind of small centre idea with e6, and then he plays d4, so he's gone for the massive centre. And then I just pop out g6. I'm completely out of ideas. I don't know what to do. In this game, I lose a ton of material as well. And then I kind of remember that there's this ridiculous opening setup called the Hippopotamus, which involves, I think you have pawns on all these squares here. So all these pawns move forward. You kind of fianchetto both bishops, and then your knights come into the centre, and it's kind of ridiculously solid and difficult to attack. Right? I think that's the idea. I really don't know much about it. I thought I'll give it a crack because I'm way out of my depth. So I just start pushing pawns. Then he pushes d5. I don't know what to do, but I figure, if he wants to take there, I can take inwards. At least I've got the two central pawns. Develops a bishop. I put my knight into the middle. So in fact, this bishop should have probably gone here for the hippo. And now he takes, and I take back with the pawn. Okay. Now he castles. He's got this quite advanced setup here. And then I attack a undefended pawn. He defends by moving his knight there. I lift my queen. I think I've got to get this king safe somewhere. I've got no f pawn. I've got to get king e safe, even if I have to do something ridiculous like, I don't know, move bishops, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm completely out of my depths. And now so now he's got two attackers on this pawn here, right? And I'm just playing so badly. I've got one defender, and it's my queen. And there's nothing else that I can bring. I can't put my bishop there. Can't even defend with my king because that's covered by the knight, but there. So I decide to throw my knight into the jaws of the enemy. Pawn takes, and now pawn takes. So now I've also got rid of my g-pawn, and I'm kind of attacking his bishop. So I've sacrificed a knight for a pawn. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Check. I have to move my king, so now I can't castle. How on earth am I going to get my rooks in? And now I obviously fall for a knight fork. I should have gone here, I guess, but knight fork on king and rook. Bye-bye rook. And I slot my king in on b7. It's about as safe as I can manage. But I guess, to my credit, I've got 6 reasonably good pawns here, and one wayward solo one on the h-file. My opponent's lost 2 pawns, but I've got a semi-open g-file. It's not too bad. And now knight comes, so I want to get my rook into play, get it on the g-file. So just check this out. This is insane. Hit the knight moves away, and now I start to come in. So I've got a couple of things in my favour. I've got a nice bishop looking down at g2. I've also got a rook looking at g2, but it's all currently messed up by this knight. Okay, so I slide my queen over. Okay, and now we have a pawn push. Now the knight comes in, so I'm thinking, I'm going to sacrifice more material, take the pawn. Pawn takes, queen in, and there could even be checkmating ideas here. Queen to there, check. That would actually be checkmate if the king goes in the corner. So knight comes away. I slide my bishop up to attack his undefended knight. He defends, and now we have a couple of sacks. Don't know why I didn't just capture that knight. Should probably have just captured it, but I moved my king away. And we have a bishop here, and I capture his rook. Okay, so he really can't capture the knight because it goes there, and then that is, like I say, checkmate. In fact, he can't even go in the corner. Yeah. So I'm threatening like these double checks. So knight grabs rook, king grabs rook, queen up there. King starts to run away, and he gets away. for a while. Okay, so now he's actually got 2 defenders on that bishop as well. So this is all very, very sharp. I'm down 4 points of material at this point. Throw in a pawn. He throws in a check with a knight. I attack both knights. He takes my bishop. I recapture. He moves there with check. I grab 1 knight. Okay, now he's just 1 pawn in front. He grabs my bishop. So now he's well up in front again. King comes to here. And now queen to h3. So I've got ideas of maybe capturing this bishop. Knight comes and grabs pawn and defends bishop. So it's got 2 defenders. It's got knight and king. Okay. So I play queen now up here. I've got 3 minutes on the clock. I'm down 5 points in material. I'm basically down 2 minor pieces for a pawn. And he takes this pawn here and I spot queen e4 is checkmate. So, wow. I mean, what do we take from this? We take from this that weird openings can be interesting, fun, sharp, spicy, confusing, and make you need a stiff drink afterwards. Another thing is just that kind of front foot attitude sometimes can save the day. You know, even if material isn't everything, even if you're down in material, what you have to do is, what you have to avoid is getting into a tit-for-tat trade where you just end up in an end game way down on material that you haven't got a hope of winning, right? If you're down in material, there's only really one thing to do, which is to launch yourself at your opponent. Try and find his weaknesses, right? Every board position has its imbalances, so try and find what they are. But I just thought this was too fun not to share. And I may study this hippo idea a little bit more because I don't know. I honestly don't know if my poor heart can take it, to be honest, but we will see. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and see you soon.